Hi everyone, good morning. Before anything else, allow me to introduce myself. By the way, I am Melody G. Sido, a second year BS Ed Social Studies student. So for today, me and my partner, I'm Miss Siquira, which is not her yet because I was assigned to speak first. We are going to evaluate a long passage which is entitled, as you can see on the screen, the title is The Telltale Heart. So The Telltale Heart, it is a chilling and a captivating story written by Edgar Allan Poe. So let's proceed to the learning objectives. So state post biology, explain what is Gothic horror literature, and of course, evaluate the story. So Edgar Allan Poe, he is an American writer, uh, a poet, and he is also an editor and a literary critic who is best known for the tales of mystery. So many people credit him with the invitation of the detective fiction genre. So Gothic horror literature, it is a genre of literature and film that covers horror, death, and at times romance. So it is derived from the Horace Walpole's 1964 novel, The Castle of Otranto. So The Castle of Otranto, it is generally regarded as the first Gothic novel. So before we proceed uh, to the long passage, let us familiarize first some vocabulary words found in the story. So I have listed here 10 vocabulary words. So first we have acute. So having a sharp or keen perception. So or intense. So in Tagalog, it is talamak. Next vocabulary words, vex, so meaning to irritate or annoyed, or meaning in Tagalog, nakakainis. Dissimulation, so the act of concealing one's true thoughts, feelings, or intentions. So the synonym is deceit. So next word is audacity. So I'm sorry, I misspelled the word. So audacity meaning it is boldness or daring, in Tagalog, katapangan. Sufficient, so adequate or enough in quantity or quality. Suavity, so meaning smoothness or politeness of manner, or in Tagalog, kabaitan. Next word is derision, so ridicule or mockery or panunuya. Next is stifled. So stifled means to suppress or withhold. So in Tagalog, pinipigilan. Next word is hypocritical, or meaning to pretending to have beliefs or virtues that one does not truly possesses. So mapagkunwari. Last word is awe. So meaning it is a feeling of reverence, respect, or wonderment, or in Tagalog, it is sindak.
Now, let us read the long passage entitled Telltale Heart. So now, let's consider that we are done reading a long passage where we will summarize the story. Now, it is narrated by a madman who decides to kill the old man he lives with because he can stand the gaze of the man's strange eye. However, after committing the crime, the narrator becomes convinced he can hear the old man's heart beating and gives away the location of the body. So the central idea in this long passage is a mixture of guilt and madness in the twisted mind of a man who has just committed murder. So the unidentified narrator tale, tells us why he killed the old man and felt justified in doing so. Even so, he cannot escape his conscience. So the theme of the story is guilty feeling, and don't murder people or you will regret it. So the plot setting: old man's house overnight. Situation: eerie. Characters: old man, police officers, a police officer, and narrator. Conflict: person versus self. Rising action: the narrator is scared because he thinks that the neighbors can hear the heartbeat. Old man gets scolded by the narrator, freaks out, and wakes up. Narrator is spying on the old man's eye. Climax: narrator kills the old man, tears his body apart, and buries him under the floor. Falling action: when the police search the house. Resolution: the narrator admits to killing the old man after he hears the heartbeat. Mood: disturbing and intense. Tone: suspenseful. Protagonist is the narrator. The antagonist is the old man. Describe the conflict of the story. Is it external or internal? Give evidence from the story to support your answer. However, even though there is some external conflict between the characters, the primary conflict is internal. The narrator is consumed by guilt and terrified of being caught. As the police investigate his house, he becomes convinced that he can hear the old man's heart beating beneath the floorboards. Number two, why does the narrator commit his crime? So the narrator commits his crime because he can stand the gaze of the man's strange eye. Number three, why does he wait 8 days to commit his crime? Um, he waited 8 days to commit his crime because he wanted to practice going into old man's room without a lantern for 7 nights without making a sound, so he would be ready to kill him quietly on the eighth night. Number four, what do you think the narrator is really hearing at the end? What makes you think so? So he thinks he is hearing the old man's heart, but really he's hearing or feeling his own guilt. Number five, is post narrator an example of a reliable or unreliable narrator? Give evidence from the story to prove your point. So the answer is most post narrators are unreliable first person narrators. They doesn't necessarily mean they don't show up when they say they will, but rather that they either can't tell us what really happened. In this case, the narrator is trying to prove his sanity. Thank you. That's all.